Well, happy Monday, first of all. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Yesterday was absolutely horrible. It was. I'd rather not get into the nitty-gritty about it. All I can tell you is, all I said was I'm not talking to you. That's all I said. And then shit hit the fan from there. I mean, don't get me wrong, for once it was actually great having a day to myself, but, you know what, no. I'm not going to feel guilty about this. I'm not. I mean, believe me, I want to make this a video just trashing my mom right now. I really do. But, surprising, but believe it or not, I'm above that. I really am. Besides, there's someone in my family who really does deserve it more than she does, but that's for a different day. Plus, on the whole, it was actually kind of nice to have the day to myself yesterday. So, you know, it's that. But, yeah. At the moment, I'm really not feeling very happy. Like, not at all. Look, I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. My parents, particularly my mom, are over infinity when it comes to thinking of things that would be good for me to do. And after what happened on Saturday night, that record didn't change it remotely in the slightest. Although, here's the thing. I know exactly why my mom got as angry as she did. I mean, don't get me wrong. What I said, that didn't help either. But every Saturday night, she asked my nephews to come over and stay the night. $100 says they had nothing but bad behavior the entire time. That's why she wasn't in any mood. I mean, good Lord, they had a lot. Seriously, you know what? My act of kindness yesterday was, in spite of how mad she was and how rude and uncalled for she really was, I still wound up picking up all the toys that my nephews left on the ground. Indoors and outdoors. I still wound up doing that. If anything, she didn't deserve that act of kindness at all, but you know what? I did it anyway. Because I'm the better person here. I am. And you're probably wondering where my dad was in all this. He was just sitting there watching the entire time. I mean, yeah, he tried calming her down, but when my mom gets an idea in her head, she never shuts up about it. Whether it's good, well, actually, her ideas are always bad. So, yeah. I'll tell you where it got the most uncalled for me. I'll say this much. She actually had the nerve to call me out saying I don't have any friends. Well, here's the thing. When she said that, what she really means is no one ever calls me up to go out and go for drinks or anything like that. Well, I don't do that to anyone else either. I mean, seriously, does anyone even really do that anymore? I mean, usually people just go out and it's implied that you're going to run into somebody. At least that's always happens to me. I mean, listen, in high school, no one ever called me out to do anything simply because of my mom putting me in the whole special ed thing. That's why. I mean, listen, a lot of my mom's anger is deep rooted in the fact that she makes mistakes like that all the time. And they're really only for me. But to have the nerve to say, but to have the audacity to say, I don't have any friends, and that no one wants to, and no one ever calls me out to go out and do anything. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, I have to say this. Literally everyone at the hospital she works at, no one likes her. None. In fact, back in 2016, there was a coup to try and get her fired. I'm being serious. Like, they went up to the higher authorities at Corning Hospital to try and get her fired. The reason why they failed was because they didn't really get their facts right. And notice how they didn't try doing it ever since. I mean, look, 2016 was already a horrible year, absolutely. And, I mean, it largely was because of my mom. I mean, you single-handedly ruined your own son's wedding. Of course it's going to be horrible. Oh, yeah, remember how I always say that, I was completely miserable at my brother's wedding? She's why. She's absolutely why. Like, I'd rather not get into the nitty-gritty of everything she did wrong, because trust me, I'd be here forever. So I'll just simply say she made that whole wedding about herself, rather than, the actual bride and groom getting married. In fact, honestly, what saved that whole day for me is that I can actually believe that my brother and his wife are going to be together forever. But literally anyone my mom couldn't pull the wool over their eyes, like, they saw right through her. And it was absolutely horrible. Well, look at me. I said I'm not going to make a video trash my mom. Here I am. Look, my family and I my mom and I have gotten in arguments like this before. Absolutely. And again, they largely come from ideas that she comes up with for me. And they wind up not working. I'm the one who gets screwed over. Yet she's the one. I can tell you why, because she's mad that, her ideas never work. That's why she gets mad. Between that and, again, I'm 100% sure my nephews had a horrible Saturday night with them. I could just picture it now. My nephews were being rude and not very cooperative, and that's why. I wasn't even with them on Saturday, and I can tell you that's what happened. Remember, I went to that whole game night thing on Saturday. That was a complete wash. So, how do I know this? Well, technically I don't, but after all I said was, I'm not talking to you, because basically that was implied that I was mad at her about Saturday, and she said, her exact words literally were than you can get out. Literally after I went to church yesterday. So, I don't even know where to start. I really could. Seriously, it looks like I'm trashing my mom now. Maybe I am. I could go a lot worse than this. I absolutely could. But you'll notice that I'm as calm as I am. And I'm not really as animated as I ought to be. There's a reason for that. because there's someone in my family who deserves that kind of video much more than she does. Look, before anyone says I should go talk to my mom and anyone wishes that, things are better between us, listen, by the end of the week, things are going to blow over. I know they are. Because it usually happens. I mean, again, if you've watched me, you've known long enough. I avoid conflict. I don't escalate anything. If I usually ever get angry, it's because there are bad people around me who escalate things. And, I hesitate calling my mom a bad person because, she is half the reason why I exist. So, there's that. I mentioned how my nephews probably had nothing but bad behavior the entire evening that they were with my parents. I can tell you what they did. I wasn't there, I can tell you what they did. See, my nephews obviously take after my brother, and my brother back at their age was always rather rude to people. And by rude, he didn't really have much of a filter when it came to insulting people on their size. So, yeah, I guarantee you that's exactly what my nephews did at some point. Probably when they went out to dinner, because they seem to do that all the time now. I don't know. And you're probably thinking, Nick, you should probably stop now because honestly it's not going to make you feel any better. Well, you're half right. And, well, actually, yeah, you would be half right. Because, honestly, it is going to make me feel good to say this stuff. It's going to make me feel bad because I didn't say more. What can I say? There's a reason. Listen, there are things I've done to myself. I can acknowledge that. I can admit to that. But what I do is usually the effect caused by others, usually family related. And yeah, again, my parents' track record for things that would be good for me, for infinity. Seriously, in my entire life, I can't think of one idea that my mom has ever had that was good for me. Well, actually, that's not true. There is one idea she did have that was good. One. It was the fact that there was one girl that she thought I should, date and be with. Which you would think, okay, she got something right. Oh, but wait. Because it's a good idea, she has to change her mind and say I should never be with this girl. So the one point she had, she immediately lost. Think about that for a second. Who cares? Thanks to her and my brother, that woman got married anyway, so what can I do, right? Well, 2024 is scheduled to be a great year for me. Probably even better than last year. And if yesterday proved anything, it's that It's not going to happen without going through my fair share of obstacles. And clearly this is one of them. I wish what happened yesterday didn't happen. Really, I do. And like I said yesterday, I really was hoping I'd be wrong about Saturday night. But I can't change what happened Saturday night, and I can't change what happened yesterday. All I can do at this point is simply move on. You know, it's funny that I'm doing this video on a Monday because this is like the last, no one wants to do anything on a Monday, and here we are. It's unbelievable. But it is what it is. Again, 2024 can't be a good year without going through my fair share of obstacles, and like it or not, this is going to have to be one of them. But I'm sure that by the end of the week, everything's going to be resolved. At least that's my hope. I hope you all, sorry if this video is like the second video in a row where it's a complete downer. I really am, but if you did, stick through this whole thing, I'm very humbled that you did. And if this isn't what you wanted to see on a Monday, well, I still hope you have a good Monday anyway. And same rules apply. If you want to talk, I'm going to be here and listen. So, make good choices. 607 all day. See you tomorrow.